Story 1, The Man in the Bushes. I've been dating my girlfriend for 3 years now. Let's call her Nikki. It all started with a simple Instagram reply. From there, we exchanged numbers, added each other on Snapchat. And just a week later, we met in person. We began seeing each other right after the holidays in January. So with Valentine's Day coming up, it felt like perfect timing. I wasn't going to be alone that year. But just a few dates in, Nikki opened up about something unsettling. She had a stalker. His name was Ben. A guy a few years older who went to the same commuter college as her. They met during a group project. And after that, he started following her around campus. Then he somehow found out where she lived and began sending her disturbing texts. She ignored them. She didn't even block his number. Wanting to see how far he'd go, he started ramping up again. Just in time for Valentine's Day. It began with texts. But soon, he left a box of Russell Stover chocolates on her doorstep. She only knew it was from him because he messaged her afterward saying, "Hope you liked the gift I left you." That's when Nikki decided to finally respond. She sent a long message telling him to stop. To get help. And that she was seeing someone now. Me. But that didn't stop him. A few days later, Nikki sent me a screenshot of a message from a fake number. The text said, "Is the guy you're seeing my name?" Now it was personal. We agreed. If he contacted her again, we'd go to the police. Fast forward to Valentine's Day. Nikki and I went to a nice waterfront restaurant. As we ate at our outdoor table, we noticed a man sitting alone on a bench near the parking lot. Hat pulled low. Eyes occasionally darting toward us. Nikki joked, "What if that's Ben?" We laughed. Until the guy turned his head slightly. Just enough for us to notice. Then quickly looked away and walked off. Creepy. But we shook it off. Later that night, we went back to my rental house. On the couch, things got a bit intimate. Until Nikki pulled back and said, "What was that?" We both heard it. Something outside. I slipped on my slides and went to check the backyard. That's when I saw it. A stack of beach chairs knocked over. No wind. Nothing around. And then, my eyes locked onto a shape in the bushes. Something tall. Something human. I stepped closer. And then I saw him. A man. Standing. Watching. I shouted, "Who is that?" He burst from the bushes. Heading straight for me. But he was still tangled in twigs. So I tackled him. Pinned him. And shouted for Nikki to call the cops. When she came out, she gasped. "Oh my God. That's him. That's Ben. Same shirt. Same build. Same guy from the restaurant earlier." He was arrested that night. For trespassing and harassment. Nikki filed charges. He got slapped with a misdemeanor. And an order of protection. He hasn't contacted her since. But the look on his face. I'll never forget it. Story 2, Valentines in the Walls. This happened on Valentine's Day. Back when I lived alone in my first apartment. It was one of those old brick buildings. With thin walls and even thinner locks. The kind of place that smelled like dust and history. I didn't have a date that year. Wasn't expecting anything at all really. So when I got home from work and saw a small heart-shaped box on my welcome mat, I froze. No note. No name. Just a pink ribbon and 5 perfectly arranged chocolates inside. At first, I thought maybe one of my coworkers had dropped it off anonymously. A secret admirer thing, right? But the moment I stepped inside and shut the door behind me, I felt something off. It wasn't the kind of fear you can explain. It was like the air had weight. Like I wasn't alone. I checked every room. Even opened my closet. Nothing. So I brushed it off. Ate one of the chocolates. Turned on the TV. And that's when I heard it. Scraping. It came from inside the wall behind the couch. I muted the TV. Silence. Then again. That sound. SRKK. I told myself it was a rat. Or maybe bad plumbing. I even knocked on the wall. No response. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing it. Tiny movements. Like something was crawling inside the walls. Around 2 a.m. I finally grabbed my phone and started recording audio. I left it running by the wall and went to bed. Hoping I was just imagining things. In the morning, I played the recording back. And my stomach dropped. At first it was faint. But clear. Breathing. Then. A whisper. You liked the chocolate, didn't you? I couldn't breathe. I replayed it over and over again. That voice wasn't in my head. Someone was in the walls. I called the cops. They didn't take it seriously. Until I played them the audio. When maintenance came to investigate, they found a section of the drywall behind my closet that had been tampered with. Behind it was a crawl space. And in that crawl space, a sleeping bag. A pile of food wrappers. A used Polaroid camera. And worst of all, photos. Of me. Sleeping. The man living in my walls had apparently been there for weeks. And the chocolates. He left them outside. Thinking I'd love him for it. They never caught him. Story 3, My roommate's Valentine. This happened to my roommate Claire. About 2 years ago. She was seeing this guy. Ryan. Handsome. Charming. Well-spoken. He had that. Too good to be true. Energy. But I didn't say anything at the time. Claire was happy. And that was rare for her. So Valentine's Day rolls around. And Ryan tells her he has this special surprise. He won't say what it is. Just that she should be ready by 8 p.m. And that it'll be the most intimate experience of her life. Claire gets all dressed up. Full glam. The works. She's excited. Nervous. But in a good way. Ryan picks her up. She thinks they're going to dinner. But he drives her to this isolated house on the outskirts of town. Like middle of nowhere vibes. She starts getting uneasy. But he reassures her. Trust me. It'll be romantic. Inside the house. There's no one else. No dinner. No candles. Just a bunch of mirrors. Floor to ceiling. Lining the main room. He leads her inside. Then closes the door behind her. The lights dim. Music starts playing from somewhere. And then, a projector turns on. It starts showing videos. Of her. Not selfies. Not social media clips. But secret recordings. Claire at the grocery store. Claire walking to her car. Claire sitting on the couch in our apartment. Watching TV. All of it captured through a window. Or a vent. Or worse. Inside the apartment itself. She backs away. Horrified. And turns to Ryan. He's smiling. Not in a sweet way. In a terrifying, glassy-eyed way. He says, "This is love, Claire. I've memorized every second of you." She bolts. Luckily, she had enough signal to call me while hiding in the bathroom. I called the police and gave them the location she sent. When they arrived, they found Ryan trying to break the bathroom door down with a wrench. He was arrested on the spot. Turns out, he'd broken into our apartment several times using a stolen key. He'd installed a tiny camera in the air vent above the TV. That's how he got the footage. Claire moved out not long after. Changed her name. Got therapy. Ryan. He's serving time for stalking, unlawful surveillance, and attempted kidnapping. But every Valentine's Day since, Claire still receives a single rose. No note. No return address.